Welcome, children, to yet another session of chapter number 13, that is, Why Do We Fall Ill? In our previous sessions, we have studied about health and failure, the significance of health, personal and community issues, both matter for health, and we also learnt about the distinctions between health and disease free state. We also learnt about disease and its causes in detail, in which we studied about two types of diseases that were acute and chronic diseases. We also learned chronic diseases and poor health, and we also focused on causes of diseases. In our previous sessions, we have also learned about infectious and non-infectious causes, in which we studied about infectious diseases, which included infectious agents in it, and various means of spread of diseases. In today's session, we are going to discuss about organ-specific and tissue-specific manifestations of disease. So let us begin. The disease causing microbes, whether it is a virus, bacteria, fungus or any other small protozoan, they all enters in our body and causes different types of diseases. The causative agent of different diseases are different, and their mode through which they are entering in our body is also different. In our previous sessions, we have studied about their different means of spread, in which we focused that sometimes some of the diseases is spread through water, some of the diseases is spread through contaminated food and unhygienic conditions through touch, etc. So now one question arises, that is, where do these diseases causing microbes go inside our body after getting entered into our body? Suppose a disease causing microorganism is entering in our body through air. So what will happen to this disease causing microorganism inside our body? So when it is entering in our body through air, that means we are inhaling the air, and through that air it is going into our respiratory tract, that is into our lungs. So there are many possible places, organs or tissues where they could go inside our body. So one more question arises here, that is, do all microbes go to the same tissues or organs, or do they go to the different places inside our body? So the answer to this question is that different species of microbes seem to have evolved to home in on different parts of the body. This selection is connected to their point of entry into the host body. If they enter from the air via nose, because we inhale air, and through that air, if that microbe is entering into your body, they are likely to go into your lungs. So let us take an example of a disease which affects lung and which spreads through air, and the very common disease is tuberculosis, which is also known as TB, and it is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis bacteria. So in this, if a patient inhales a air which is having TB bacteria in it, the TB bacteria enters into the lungs, and there it starts increasing its number. So here now when the bacteria increases its number in lungs, that type of tuberculosis is called as pulmonary tuberculosis. And because of this pulmonary tuberculosis, that person's respiratory system doesn't work out properly, and person gets the complaint of coughing, fever, etc., and then multiple symptoms are associated with this. Let us take another example. If the route of entry of any microbe is through mouth, then they can stay into the gut lining in case of typhoid causing bacteria, or they can also go to liver and they can damage the liver tissues, and this can create jaundice. But this need not always be the case. An infection like HIV, which is known as human immunodeficiency virus, that comes into the body via the sexual organs, will spread to the lymph nodes all over the body. Children, now you must be confused. What is lymph node? This is something new for you. So let me tell you about this lymph node. Sometimes this kind of that node appears on the body. So that is a bulgy form which appears, and there are so many sites in which it can appear in our body. There are so many places in which these lymph nodes can appear in our body. Here in this diagram you can see the various places where these lymph nodes are present in our body. Now, lymph nodes are small structures that work as filters for harmful substances. They contain immune cells that can help fight infection by attacking and destroying germs that are carried in through the lymph fluid. There are hundreds of lymph nodes throughout the body. This is something which is not given in a textbook, but in higher classes you are going to study it. So now let us discuss again about some other examples. Here I have taken an example of malaria. Malaria causing microbes entering in the body through the bite of mosquito. We all know that mosquitoes are the vector of malaria disease. So when this mosquito bites a host, any human being, that time through the saliva of that mosquito, that germs which causes mosquito or the microbes which causes mosquito goes into the bloodstream of a human being. After entering into the bloodstream of that person, it goes to the liver, and there it damages the liver cells, and ultimately it also damages the RBCs. So here the affected organ is liver and RBCs. In case of virus which causes Japanese encephalitis or brain fever, here also this disease is caused by mosquito bite, but the affected organ is totally different. That is, this virus infects the brain cells and damages the brain cell. That is why the fever which is caused by this particular virus is also called as brain fever. So the sign and the symptoms of a disease will depend on the tissues or organ which the microbe is targeting. So that particular organ on which the microbe is targeting is called as target organ. If the lungs are target, the symptoms will be coughing, breathlessness, some problem which is related to breathing. So here, if the liver is targeted, then it may be possible that digestion process will not take properly in that person, or it can be jaundice like condition also. But if suppose a brain cells are targeted, then we will observe some common symptoms in that person, that is like headaches, vomiting, fits or unconsciousness, etc. So we can imagine what the symptoms and signs of an infection will be if we know that the target tissue or organ is, and the functions that are performed by this tissue or organ. In addition to these tissues specific effects of infectious diseases, there will be other common effects too. And most of these common effects depends upon the fact that the body's immune system is activated in response to that infection or not. If the body's immune system is activated, then in that case the person is able to fight with that infections. But if the body's immune system is weak or is not activated, in that case that microbes attack that person very easily, and then in that case the damage which is caused by these microbes is greater. So we will talk about all these immunity aspect in our next session. let us conclude what we have done today. We started our session with explaining the fact that what happens when once a microbe enters into the body. Is it a same organ which gets targeted by all the different types of microbes, or there are different types of organs which gets affected by the different types of microbes? And exactly what decides that what kind of symptoms or which organ will be affected by the infection of particular microbe? So in this we studied that there are different types of microbes which attacks us, which creates a disease in us or which infect us, and their route of entry is also different. That is their means of spread, which we have done in our previous session. So if the means of spread is air, then through air it will go to our respiratory system, so it will cause the damage to the organs which are related to respiratory system. As a result of this, we will get some of the symptoms which will be related to respiration process only, that is breathlessness or coughing or difficulty in breathing, something like this. But if in case the entry route of microbe is through mouth, then in that case targeted organ will be different. It can be liver, it can be lining of intestine, and the damage which is caused by that microbe in that particular area will be different. So in nutshell, we discussed about organ specific and tissue specific manifestations. Now there are some questions for you children. You have to write down the answers of these questions in your rough notebook. So the first question is, Ram is suffering with the problems like headache, vomiting, fits or unconsciousness from last 1 month. What is the targeted organ in his body according to you? The second question is, do all microbes go to the same tissue or organ or different tissues or organ in our body? The third question is, which organ gets affected in Japanese encephalitis disease and what is the vector of this disease? Hope you will be able to write all the answers correctly. Thank you.